Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Thought for Shabbat. This week's Torah portion is called Korach, which is the story of a rebel amongst the leadership of the Jewish people. Korach thought that Moses was too power hungry. He thought that Moses wasn't respectful of those under him. And so he brought together a number of people to rebel against Moses. Moses, on the other hand, is shocked to the core that anyone would perceive him in that way. Because, as the Torah tells us, Moses is the most humble man on the face of the earth. He didn't see himself as being arrogant or being full of himself. And so a debate happens, God comes in to arbitrate, and of course Moses is the victor, and Korach and his minions are no more. Rewinding a little bit, it makes me think of the notions of how we present ourselves and how things are received. Because 9 times out of 10, when there's a disagreement, it's often because the intention of the person sharing the information is not received with the intention in which it was delivered. And we know this mostly from texting. You cannot read tone in text. You cannot understand a person's humor. You can't understand their intonation when you receive a text. But it's true in all sorts of other ways as well. What one person desires and thinks is good and shares it with another might be completely offensive to that other person. So how is it that we figure out how to communicate in thoughtful ways, in ways where the intention with which something is spoken is received in the same exact way? The answer is very carefully. And in an environment when people are so ready to fight and so ready to take one another down, this becomes ever more important. Oftentimes, when I'm talking to the people with whom I work, or my children, or my spouse, or anyone, oftentimes I will make a statement and I'll say, does that make sense? Please give me feedback on how you heard that, because I really want to make sure that it is a two-way street, because I know what I mean when I share something, but I'm not always sure if the person received it in that way. And so double checking, asking, and not texting, but picking up the phone and talking to somebody so they can hear the tone in your voice. Those are some very small ways in which we do things. But bullying and being short with people and cutting people off and saying, well, if you disagree with me, everything you say has no relevance to me. That is not a good way for a world to interact, and certainly not a good way for two people to interact. The bottom line is, with all the communication problems in the world, it starts at home. We have to check in here first and then be able to deliver to each and every one in our lives. Judaism wants us to find God in relationship. Those are the words of Martin Buber. He said the best way to find the divine presence is through having these meaningful relationships. But those meaningful relationships come through communication. And when you communicate well, you commune with the other person. You are together and unified with that person. Even if you disagree, at least you've communicated well. And that's my hope as we enter Shabbat. Please join us tonight, 7 p.m. It's going to be a wonderful Shabbat where we celebrate the leaders of our congregation and look forward to installing our board of trustees. 7 o'clock tonight, Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend and a wonderful, wonderful Shabbat.